Hey man, say man, it's your boy Big Dreams. Welcome back to the channel. Before we carry on any further with this video, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell, set it to all. We is back with another banger video, back with another reaction video, man. And today we are reacting to the end of Ice Spice on Jamari YouTube channel. We finna dig in here and see what's going on. I'm not gonna make the opening of this video too long. All I ask is that y'all smash that like button so this video can rank higher in the algorithm. Go crazy in the comments. Let me know what you want me to react to. And if you're watching me and you're not subscribed, man, subscribe. That's all I ask. We finna go ahead and dig into this video, man.
So it's no secret that rappers come and go every single year. One moment an artist can be on top of the game, with everyone wanting a feature, and the next they can be completely fallen off.
What technically was falling off? You know what I'm saying? I done made 30 million. I don't gotta do. Yo, do I gotta keep making music, bro? I don't need to, bro. I'm rich. I don't need to make music. I do it because I know I still have fans.
And with that fall off obviously comes a lot of scrutiny and public embarrassment. And the saying really is true that the quicker someone rises up, the faster they will likely fall back down to the bottom. There is a myriad of reasons for this phenomenon. For one, we obviously live in the fast food era of media, from movies to music, and even videos and online content we digest on a daily basis. Most pieces of major media now seem to lack a certain quality they possessed in the past. And I'm not necessarily just talking about from a budget standpoint. Today things seem more rushed, more formulaic, less thought out, and moments tend to come and go faster than ever before. We live in an age of information and content overdrive, and with social media, anyone and everyone can now go viral. And every day there are millions of people desperately yearning and grinding away to try and get themselves out there. Meaning when someone does make it, there is a good chance that hundreds, if not thousands of people will try and replicate their success in some shape or form. And
okay, listen, I'm gonna stop the video so I can say this real quick, just to kind of add on to what he said. He say we are in the fast food era of content creation. That is facts, bro. One thing about it, bro, in 2024, just in today's age of content creation in general, stuff changes quickly. Trends come and go at the snap of the finger. Like music sounds is changing by the day. The flow of music is changing. Stuff that's being said in music is changing drastically. And it's like a new style or something will come, don't even stay long because it gets watered down so quick, and then boom, like you don't hear nothing about it no more. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with trends. Same thing with these dances that you see on TikTok, Instagram. These memes, these like little voices. Somebody can say something stupid. Somebody can make a sound out of it. Not everybody making videos. And just the simple fact, bro, that when a lot of this stuff come out and these trends start and so many different people are doing videos to the same sounds, to the same songs, they doing whatever, bro, and they do it continuously, it waters down a lot quicker than what it's supposed to because it's being used so much once it becomes popular. That's really my take on that portion.
Blow up really fast, do not have the fan base in place to carry them through the tough times. It's easy for these fickle fans to turn their backs on or simply stop caring about a rapper's music.
Buddy really ain't got nobody
so many
there.
Parts of that era of rap where like people got fame so fast, they were so young, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that was some of the foresight that he was saying, not even necessarily about quote unquote falling off, you know what I mean? You don't think he predicted anything?
I don't think he predicted shit.
No.
It's like trying to build a house with no foundation. Like if one strong gust of wind comes through, or adversity in this case, well, suddenly no one is playing the music, no one is going to the shows, other artists stop hitting you up, and the industry decides they no longer want to play with you.
In terms of like not picking up phone calls, I ain't no friendly anyway though. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't had no type of effect on me. Like I barely called. I ain't called. When I was on top.
Oh yeah, and you still owe the label 5 albums. You gotta pay back the advance they gave you, which is really just a high interest loan. They now own your masters, they own your likeness, and they're taking most of the money from your tour, if you can still do that, to try and recoup their investment on not only you, but 20 other failed artists before you. Not to even mention your new lifestyle and image you can no longer afford, eating away at your pockets. By the time many artists artist finally see this reality, it's far too late to turn back. Like, even when you strike when the kettle is hot and the industry likes you, you still will likely be replaced at some point. This, combined with an intense oversaturation of the music market, has really affected an artist's chances of maintaining relevance for more than a couple of years.
Alright, I've been, like, #1 song at da-da-da-da, or, like, you know, album sells this, you know, and then I put out some shit that's, like, I take a kind of a left turn and experiment with, you know, a different edge, doesn't hit, you know, and how fickle and how fast people can just be like, oh, he fell off, or he, you know, it's a game of, you know, you ride these waves and what altitude you're at, and the inertia required to stay at this, like, altitude in pop culture and pop success and any of it, you know? I mean, how long of a run can you have? Because it's crazy.
Now, with that being said, let's talk about Ice Spice, a female rapper who took the internet by storm over the last couple of years, but more recently has seen a serious downtrend in her career, and now tens of thousands of people are unfollowing her every single day. Ice Spice is a New York rapper from the Bronx who started making music back in 2021.
How was that growing up there? Like,
it was fun. It was real fun, like, you know, fighting off crackheads and shit like that.
And over a year later, she would find herself going viral with her music video for her song Munch. This was back when TikTok was turning out #1 records on a daily basis, and for Ice Spice, that was really no different.
How much was there before Munch, and then how long did it take for things to go crazy?
So there was a couple songs before Munch. It was probably like 4 songs, I think.
From the start, she knew that her greatest asset was just that, shaking her rump, rubbing her cooch, and rapping in that New York accent made her infamous right off the bat. When I say that, I mean some people were hating on her, a lot of people were loving her, but all that mattered was that she was finally popping off.
Growing up, I always would just like write little raps, and I never wrote like full songs though with like hooks and verses until I got a little older and I started to understand song structure more, but I always had like this like want to write, basically.
Even in promotional videos that she made before she went viral, it was beyond clear that she knew that her body was her ticket to fame. And at this
That's the
point,
thing that I like notice with some of the female rappers now. It's like, to a certain extent, with some of the female rappers, it don't even be like the music that's like creating the weight. It's the simple fact that if they walk out on stage with the shortest skirt ever and a thong on, and you bend over in a crowd full of dudes standing right there, you know what I'm saying? Like, they over sexualize the women in the rap game sometimes. So like, not trying to say nothing bad about Ice Spice, she got way more money than me, you know what I'm saying? But like, they really do over sexualize the women in the rap game now, you know what I'm saying? Sexy Red is another example, bro. Sexy Red is probably a overly sexualized female rapper that has the game by storm, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's females out here that can relate to like some of the stuff that Ice Spice might say, or some of the stuff that Sexy Red might say, or any of these other female rappers, bro. But I just honestly feel like with the female rappers, it gets to a point where it's like their image is like over sexualized, you know what I'm saying? So it's just that starts to overtake the actual purpose of the whole
I feel like a lot of
situation.
people think that, oh, I'm just like this like pretty girl that like posts on Instagram, but there's like millions of pretty girls that post on Instagram, and like, you know, you have to really contribute to the culture in order to like matter.
I would actually say that her existence online is more like a meme than a rapper. Now, to be clear, the two do go hand in hand in her success, and she could not have one without the other. I mean, recently she was on stream with Kai Cenat. He tells her to freestyle, and guess what she does out of pure instinct?
okay, let me hear you freestyle. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
So much
You
comes
see
out,
what I
it goes
mean,
viral.
bro? Like,
she signs a
come
record
on,
deal
man.
and starts showing up doing live performances where her job is strictly to get up there and shake that ass. It was at that time that she would be seen frequently with Drake, and rumors of the two dating of course surfaced from there. Under the label, she would release her first EP, which featured more viral songs like Bikini Bottom, In Her Mood, Deli, and Princess Diana with her longtime idol Nicki Minaj.
When I met Nicki, right, for the first time in person, I was like at her studio and she was like doing her glam and stuff, and then I was nervous. Yeah. She came out, right? Yeah. And I was fine. But she came out and she looked at like my manager, James, and like Riot and stuff, and my photographer and everything. And then she came at me. And when she came to me and she hugged me, I started crying because it just felt like I cried, but I walked away. Like, I didn't say anything to her. I was just like...
This EP was a pretty massive success for her. I mean, to me it all sounds like one long song, but the target audience definitely ate this up. It was like the perfect music for women, and I would think gay men, to get ratchet to. Songs about being a baddie, twerking that ass, getting money, and things like that. Don't get me wrong, with this newfound fame also came a lot of new people who absolutely despised her.
I feel like when you're like huge, and people just gonna want you to fall, you know what I'm saying?
But either way, as long as people were talking about her and she was still going viral, I doubt either she or her label could care less. This EP was enough for the machine to be willing to pour more money into her career, and she would really hit it big with her next single, Boy's a Liar, catching another viral TikTok song, and further pushing her image into the public eye. And if you needed any more evidence that Ice Spice was playing the game correctly, she would get a shout out and even a feature on a Taylor Swift song called Karma, which in the music industry is like getting LeBron to back you and say you're a great player who he wants on his team. The two seemingly became friendly. Taylor Swift said that she was always listening to Ice Spice's music apparently, and she was even with her.
Oh yeah, I was just finna say they was at the Super Bowl together.
With her hands, and it really did seem like Ice Spice would solidify herself with the release of the massive Barbie movie last year, as her second song with Nicki Minaj would be synonymous with this Barbie resurgence. This hit actually made her the first rapper to release 4 songs that reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the very same year, which is very hard for me to wrap my head around when we've had artists like Drake, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Akon, and DMX, amongst many others who have been absolute superstars over the years. Either way, 2023 was a great year for the ginger rapper.
They have you declaring her as an artist perfectly poised to have a breakthrough year in 2023. You feel like this is your time, this is your year?
For sure.
But 2024 so far has not been as kind to her, and it has me looking at her career through the same lens that I see someone like DaBaby, just 2 individuals who struck lightning in a bottle, who had their own unique sounds, and went super viral, and then super mainstream for about a year or 2, and then once that...
I ain't even gonna cap though. The thing about DaBaby, bro, if you listen to like all of his music, his flow sounds the same, but he can rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell him to freestyle on top of a beat. He's gonna give you a full freaking song just about. You know what I'm saying? Regardless to if it's something that he just jotted down or is coming off the top of the dome. DaBaby, he has his own flow, but he can rap, bro. That's something I can really say about DaBaby. DaBaby can rap, in my opinion. And it might rub some of y'all the wrong way. I honestly don't care because that's my opinion. I feel like the man can rap. You know what I'm saying? And I think his album that came out some time ago, I don't know if it was called like Baby on Baby. I don't know what that album was called. But that album, bro, like when he made that song Suge and all that stuff like that, bro, he was rapping on that jump. And it's like, he got his own unique sound. Like when you hear DaBaby song, you know it's him. But at the same time, bro, I honestly feel like he can rap. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with having your own distinctive sound. That's just like Youngboy. Youngboy got his own sound, but the people that love Youngboy, they love Youngboy. You know what I'm saying? Like folks just got their own sound. That's all I'm basically trying to say. I'm talking too much, but folks just got their own sound. You know what I'm saying?
Every song kind of starts to sound the same, and when aided by a little bit of controversy, they start to fall off. Now, in the name of continuing her fast food music run, she would come out with a rather prophetic lead single for her debut album, Y2K, Think You the Shit, Fart, which was a perfect way to kick off this album. Think you the shit? Bitch, you're not even a fart. Yes, that is the chorus to this masterpiece. And this was actually a diss towards fellow female rapper Lotto, as the two had been sending subliminal shots at each other for the last year. Talk about a joke of a song that many people likely had to approve before it came out. She actually has a ton of bars over the years about pooping. I'm the shit. I'm that bitch. I'm Miss Poopy. I'm Miss Poopy, but I never smell. An artist's debut album is definitely something that could make or break their career, and with her using this as the lead single, that led to this album selling a modest 28,000 copies. Which, let's be honest, 28,000 is not that bad for an artist of her caliber, but with the backing of a major record label, and the fact that she was technically selling this album on pre-order for over 10 months before it would even come out, and then when you package that information with all this bullshit bundles artists can now count as sales once again, you'll see that the 28,000 number is very inflated. Can you guys imagine getting this shit on vinyl? Jesus Christ. The other thing is that year over year, Ice Spice has lost over 50% of her monthly listeners on Spotify, while producing her debut album in the process, meaning her old songs are now cooling off, and her new songs are not hitting like the old ones. In fact, she doesn't even look happy in her natural habitat of twerking anymore. And now with this latest feud that she has found herself in, she is losing followers and fans at a massive rate. And it all really started when she decided to take a rapper named Cleo Trappa on tour with her. Basically, this Cleo person would come forward and say that Ice Spice treated her like shit during the duration of this tour.
Nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit because they gave you an opportunity.
The two of them had apparently been industry friends for the last couple of years, but it sounds like the extent of their relationship was mainly public appearances and content creation.
It's like every time she's like inviting me out, because we never chilled on some like chill shit, bro. Like it was never like just some chill. It was always like in the blogs the next day and the song is dropping too. So it was like, what? This girl kind of uses me for her rollouts.
She was set to open for Ice Spice, but was actually only offered this opportunity one day before the tour began, claiming that the reason Ice Spice invited her to come perform in the first place had to do with her trying to rebrand her image to make it look a certain way.
So the ending of July, I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on tour with you and watch you perform all month. Like, I got a nigga. I got stuff that I could be doing. I could be getting money. I have opportunities in New York. I have brand deals. I have things that I need to focus on. So for me to travel all over the United States with you to watch you perform kind of crazy. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gagged. You want me to perform? She ain't never, ever, ever, ever brought me out on stage.
And despite worries about the last-minute invite, Ice Spice insisted that everything would be taken care of, from her travel accommodations like food and a place to stay, to her actual performances. Keep in mind, this was a strenuous, unpaid opportunity that would take months of her life. Now obviously, when someone goes on tour and opens up for another artist, it is usually a great chance for them to gain a ton of fans and exposure. So oftentimes the bigger artists will recruit someone who makes similar music to them, or at least someone who can capture a similar fan base. Like back in the day, I saw Logic and Big Sean open up for Kid Cudi, and it was amazing because I knew all three artists, and so did most of the crowd. So I'm sure Cleo saw this as a big opportunity, but apparently once she would go on the tour, the mistreatment would begin. For example, she claims that she would often be sent on stage before the show was even advertised to start, meaning she was performing to an empty venue.
Online says the show starts at 8. It would even say 9 sometimes. And guess what time I was going on? At 7:30, 7:45. I was going on before the show started.
They had her going on before
what?
what?
In itself.
Now apparently this was only the tip of the iceberg on this shitty situation. She claimed that she had one day to prepare for the tour.
Literally one day. So I'm just like, what do I have to pay for? Nothing. You're going to be with me. You're good. You're going to be with me.
She wasn't allowed to bring anyone with her, and that she wasn't even listed on the lineup. And basically it sounds like she felt like she was being treated as a second-class citizen, not having a dressing room, not having a hotel room to sleep in,
That's
and not being
crazy.
included in team meals while on the road.
That's crazy work.
You're just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We take one of men with us. They like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, word, this desert, it's scary. I don't know. I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out, everybody ate. Can you believe that? Everybody ate. Guess what? They all went to a steakhouse.
Basically, it sounds like she was not part of the plan at all, and that by the end of the tour, it felt like she had overstayed her welcome. Remember, she wasn't even getting paid, and she even claims that while she was performing, her debit card was used to buy designer items behind her back, and it really just seems like the opportunity was not worth the stress.
Pause the video right there. Oh, no, boy. Man, somebody would have been squaring up. If I would have never got paid, bro, for one thing, I wouldn't even been on tour. If I had went, then found out I wasn't getting paid, I'm catching a flight back to the crib. Ice Spice, we ain't friends no more after that. Because why you trying me? But back to this debit card situation. Me and somebody gonna have to square up if you use my jump behind my back. You a lie.
Or the time or the effort that she was putting in, and that the opportunities she was missing out on to be there were far greater than what this had all turned into. On top of that, Ice Spice apparently stopped talking to her at all right in the middle of this tour, and basically outside of a stylist that she made friends with, she was pretty much on her own.
I didn't have a room. I was told I was going to be with her, but I didn't have a room. No room for me backstage at all. I was in her dressing room. I didn't have no rider. I was with her. I was so confused. Like, you're not being my friend, so I'm going to make more friends. Like, girl, it's like she wanted me to be miserable and alone, and it just didn't happen because that's not what God had planned for me, boo.
As some of you may know or probably don't know, I am a personal stylist, and I was hired as a backup stylist for Ice Spice Tour. And when I say everything that Cleo was saying is dead ass true, is dead ass true. The first thing that caught me off guard was, when I first made it there, okay, I get with Spice, and me and her cool as hell, so we just be regularly talking about shit. I see she typed out an attitude, so I asked her, like, what's up, like, you good type shit? Like, you know, filling her out. She like, oh yeah, I'm cool, woo, woo. It's just Cleo black ass doing too much. I'm like, damn, hold up. So now I get back in the room with Ice. She on FaceTime with Riot. She letting him know, like, yeah, she doing too much. She blowing my scale. She was like, bitches gotta go. They asking for too much. Woo, woo. Bitches acting bro. Like, I'm really tired of her black ass. And I'm like, damn, like, why does she keep saying that?
But you invited her on tour, though.
And let's be honest, guys, it's not rare for an opener to get less than preferential treatment while on tour with a bigger act. And you do hear a lot of stories about openers not even spending any time at all around the main act, despite them being on tour together for months. But granted, this was apparently her friend, who she allegedly begged last minute to do this with her.
I took a step back and just made the opportunity what I could make it. But it wasn't genuine at all. Nothing that you do is genuine. Everything is calculated. Like I said, I was the token black friend. You didn't have your other best friend around because you said that she didn't match your aesthetic. Like, there's something very wrong with somebody that is only friends with somebody for their aesthetic. Look how you talking to me like you was never even my friend, bro. She's just like, bro, this is why you're never gonna be anywhere. This is why you're never gonna get nowhere. If I was a careerless bum, why would you even bring me on tour?
Lastly, she would claim that Ice Spice has sold her soul.
Everybody hold hands. Hold hands, hold hands. Lord, thank you so much for bringing this amazing group together right now with this amazing stream and our amazing teams, Lord. We are all from the same place, and we are all trying to get to the same place, which is the top end. We all want to experience different things in our lives, Chad. So
she ain't even taking a prayer serious, bro.
And I pray that you allow us to grow on other people, on each other, and I pray that you allow us to reach any measures in this life, and just watch over us daily. You bless us. You allow us to bless other people with our work and our amazing craft, and you help us enjoy this night. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. She would also share this text message exchange they had where she expressed her frustrations after the tour, and Ice Spice pretty much just replies in these messages that none of that was her fault and that it wasn't that deep. Later she would even respond to these claims on a Twitter space where she had this to say.
Y'all put in laughing faces, y'all know. Y'all know this is not funny. Bitch, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go? Like, stop it right now. You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my one time?
Now this made people even more upset, and they called out Ice Spice's hypocrisy for clowning this woman for eating a lot, when many speculate that she's been off that Ozempic weight loss program. And the speculation actually got so strong that she released this, like, workout weightlifting video that really didn't prove anything. People also claim that she basically is someone who thinks that her shit don't stink, and that she has way too big of an ego for how volatile her career is at this point. I mean, honestly, I didn't think this was like the biggest deal in the world or really like cancel worthy, but with most of her fans being women, they aren't going to like the whole Mean Girl shit, especially when it feels like she was punching down here on someone who was supposed to be her friend, someone who she invited to come perform on this tour for free. I don't know, to me, if
that's crazy though, bro, because if she real life, hold on, let the video. I'm gonna let the video finish out. I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
Trying to go viral on TikTok, and honestly, the primary focus shouldn't even be on rap anymore. Like, I think she has to transition into an influencer or an IG model or an OF girl or some shit like that. Because to me,
she'll succeed as an OnlyFans model for sure.
Are closing pretty damn fast. But I do want to know what you guys think about Ice Spice. I want to know what you think about her career. I've yet to meet like a big Ice Spice stan in my life, but I'm sure they're out there. But either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other rap beef out here needs to be covered. So I'm out. Peace.
All right, yeah. Let me get this out the way so I can say what I gotta say here. But nah, I'ma just say this, man, and I'ma just end it off at that. If that's her friend, bro, you should at least want to look out for your people. You know what I'm saying? If you inviting somebody on tour, you should want to make sure that if y'all gonna be staying in hotels all over the world, that at least wherever y'all gonna be staying at, they got a room. You know what I'm saying? Food's taken care of. Makeup, all this other stuff, bro. Like, that's the lowest of the low. If you act like you want your friend to come with you on tour and you don't even look out for them. That's just the lowest of the low, bro. The absolute lowest of the low. But listen, this is the end of the video, man. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Just make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell set to all. All social media links will be in the description. The link to the previous reaction video will be there as well. Follow me on all my social medias and click the link to the previous reaction video and watch that whole video after you watch this whole video. Don't forget that I am partnered with ShineArmor.com, the #1 producer in auto detailing products, man. I'm still going to be putting that stuff in the description. The website is still down. I say it every single video so y'all won't forget. I am going to keep y'all updated on when they get the website back up and running so y'all can go back utilizing it, man, if you were utilizing it before. But listen, that's besides the point. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all for showing me love back. And we out this thing, man, for real.